I think I'm live. I think I'm live. This is working. Twitch is taking a very long time to notice that my stream is up. Alright. So, today I'm starting off with a Patron game. This is the first Patron game that I've actually played. But if you are a patron of mine and want to play a game with me, or have other requests of me in general, let me know, and we can set that up. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm going to be playing Bloodbowl with Kheelah. Bloodbowl has like 3 or 4 different releases of exactly the same video game, basically. It has Legendary Edition, Chaos Edition, the first one, and then there's also Blood Bowl 2. And for every single one of them, it's just the same board game, but it's played on a computer. So I don't know. I just find that really confusing, basically. But I have Legendary Edition, and Kheelah has Chaos Edition, and I think we can play against each other. We're gonna find out. Log on to the internet here. And then I created a league for us to play in. Go League Finder, Advent Skynet. And we have to join this league. Apparently I have a team. I guess to do that I have to make a team first. How do I make a team? Oh, I have lots of teams. Okay. Do I have to log out to do that? You have to log out to do that. I actually have no idea how to make a team. We'll work it out though, soon enough. Or we could just play with head first. No, that seems lame. I've never played Dark Omen. I remember really wishing I was playing Dark Omen when I was a kid, but not, like, knowing how. So if anybody knows how to make a team in this interface, please let me know. I wonder if I have too many teams and so like I have to delete one maybe? Join the league. We have a very secret password for joining this league. Okay. So like I have a team. Oh my god. I don't know what I'm doing. Manage league? Probably don't want to delete the league. Alright. I'm gonna try making a team offline. Maybe that's what we do. Except they don't even know how to do that either. Team editor. Why can't I use team editor? Somebody send help. Somebody send help. Let's try an exhibition match. Classic. Okay, that doesn't let me build a team either. Let's try a Pain? Alright, I'm gonna make a team here, and then hopefully that will work. We can get them on the internet somehow. Let's make a metallic blue elf team. Ooh, that clashes with her green pretty hard. Make a sunset orange, yellow elf team. 98% to win. Getting campaign. Advent Sky Pass. I like it. I'm not convinced that this is actually getting us a team that we can play on the internet, guys. Kheelah says multiplayer, then start making a team. Export my team. No, that's what I have to do, I think. I think I have to export my team from here. So, team value, treasury. We want a roster, probably. Purchase players. So at the start of Bloodbowl, you have the typical problem of any like squad tactics game where you have a trillion decisions to make and no idea how to make them, like whatsoever. But like elves have really good war dancers, and I'll go with a catcher and a thrower too, just for fun. Anyway, I'm just gonna like press buttons and assume that it's okay. That seems... I don't think we can afford that. Let's drop the catcher. Buy another lineman. And we have these guys, plus no couple of rerolls. That should be a playable starting team. Alright, I'm gonna name my elves a little bit. Let's have Breslin, the war dancer. Did it work? Okay, we've got Breslin, Findle, smaller war dancer. Woodful is here. He could be my thrower. Alright, I'm gonna make Kheelah a lineman, even though I'm playing against Kheelah. We'll see if Kheelah betrays us from within the team or not. Bundle is also acceptable. I'm gonna head over to Patreon and name the rest of these after patrons of mine. I have Revo. Zedwin. Zeddy just doesn't sound elfy enough to me. Mike Elrond. Galadri Chris. These are getting a little bit more forced than they were at the start. Leg Oswald. This can just be Scumbag. And Heffen the Hobo. Alright. So supposedly we can play a game on the internet with a team, right? Wait, where did the export button go? Wait, there was an export button before. Why? Export my team. Did it work? Okay, we've exported our team. Save and quit. Multiplayer. Internet leagues. Do this again. We go to leagues. Advent Skynet. There's a team here. Okay. How to make a team for Bloodbowl Legendary Edition online. We're going to Google for this now. I mean, the first result on Google said to do what I did, which isn't intuitive and also didn't work. um, Hey, teams. I did select a team. I selected that team. Okay, but how do I... This is the most complicated thing in the world, I swear. Teams. Ah! Create team. Oh my god, we did it. Okay, we found it. I'm so happy right now. Advanced Sky Flyers. Alright, sorry about that. Let's do this one more time. And then we can actually play the game. I like that the interface is completely different this time around. For like buying your players. So we had Findle. Wrestling. We had a thrower. He was Rudeful. We had a Kheelah lineman. Who else did we have? We had Chris. Wait. We had Mike Gallerond. Galadriel Chris? Yeah. Okay. Okay, Steven. We had Scumbag. We had, like, some weird elf name. Elf name, the hobo. It was an elf name starting with H the first time around. It had better alliteration. We had Revo in here. We had... Legoswald. And I'm missing one elf. That's Kheelah buttocks. We need 2 rerolls. Okay. May the past be with us. Can we... Is that stuck now? Can we change our colors? I don't know if we can change our colors. Leagues. Advent Skynet. Join league. These guys. Password is Kheelah, in case anyone's wondering what the password is. Secret though. You want to keep that on the down low, alright? And then we want to play in play against Steve's suboptimal squad. Challenge. I did select it. 16 turns of 4 minutes. Is it a ranked match? No, I don't think so. No answer from Guest. No answer from Guest. Kheelah's afraid. I have 10,000 petty cash. Oh shit, we're on like a timer. That costs 150,000, so probably not one of those. Bribes are 100,000. That's 100,000. Those are I think I just put $10,000 from my bankroll into petty cash for the game and can't actually spend it on anything. Well, that's fun. Maybe I should have bought a wizard. Maybe I should have just not had any actual players. Oh boy. Bloodbowl is only a game. Always be polite to your opponent. So for those of you who don't know what Bloodbowl is, it's a Warhammer Fantasy Universe game inspired by American football, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. I feel like it plays a little bit more like soccer, actually, than American football. Normal football. Oh, this is a sick arena.
Wow, good job I came. Plus, you get a great view from up here.
In this classic underdog confrontation,
I'm sure that there's a
What a nice day.
way to adjust the camera somewhere. Kicking off?
Though I'm not sure it will end nicely for all the players.
Okay. So if I remember right, what you do when you're kicking off is sort of... Okay, we want to defend our best players. And defend the wings probably against elves, because otherwise they can get around and score or something. I don't know. You're only allowed 2 of your players in each of the side regions at the start, so this pattern's pretty good for defending the wings. We got a thrower here. These guys on the line of scrimmage are just going to get absolutely dunked. But this is probably... I mean, it's certainly wrong. Certainly wrong. I think we want to be back 1 because there's a kickoff event which lets like people move forward a tile. I don't know. Save. You tactic. We'll call this break loss. So we have our team. Kheelah has a team as well. We're made of different races. There are a number of different races you can choose, and they all have their own unique things. We're playing Wood Elves against Dark Elves. So these are both agility-based teams, which means that we're not trying to like stomp the other guys into the ground so much. We might try to knock them out of bounds, which takes them out of the game until you finish scoring. Somebody scores, or halftime. Or we might like be fouling people who are on the ground to try to wound them, but in general, I'm not trying to win by killing all of his pieces, which some teams might be pretty happy to do. I'm trying to win by controlling and protecting the ball and then scoring at a time in the game where there's no chance for him to like retaliate and score back. So waiting until just before halftime and then scoring a touchdown. And Dark Elves are somewhat similar. They're a little bit less good at like long range passing, I feel like. Oh dear. This is not good. Okay. Had a little connection issue, I think. I think they're slightly better at like running the ball. And they're maybe a little bit better at killing people. The offense start their drive a fraction before the defense is ready, catching the kicking team flat-footed. All of the players on the receiving team are allowed to move one square. That's exactly why I moved these guys back. I feel pretty good about myself right now. Kheelah is stream sniping. Oh god. I'd better like pretend that my strategy is something else. I hope that he doesn't pick up the ball.
Wizards have not always been able to cast spells safely from behind the sidelines. Were you playing at the time in an
Who is this
Albion
guy?
league?
Lineman.
Second division
Phalag.
prohibited spellcasting
Steve, the
from-
court wizard.
Yes, they were great times. remember
I think there's a
first
way
time
to
in games
see
just to see how well Wizards
all
stood
of
up to the
the
mountain charge of a raving Bloodbowl star.
things
The noise
somewhere.
created by a sizzling fireball, followed by
Oh, wow.
the characteristic sound of the snap
Blood
of the
Bowl
Wizard's knife.
Legendary Edition. Short keyboard? Short? Yeah. Hey, he's beating up my guys. There's nothing I get to do about that.
Ouch! Right in the face. The other guy
I have
couldn't
to read
dodge
the
that
game
one.
manual to find this out. Manual, page 23, section 6.3, number 10. Okay, let's go see if we can find that.
Hold
As
still and then
here are these
pow,
guys.
right in the face.
Kheelah! Kheelah, that was you!
And then a
Keelah's
mouthful of dirt.
Keelah's
Yeah,
brutal.
you went down face first.
Press N for names. Didn't work. Didn't work. Mike Elrond with the dodge. Oh no! So we're rolling six-sided die here.
Looks like there was some bad
One
blood
of them
between those two, eh, Bob?
always knocks you down, and then the others interact
Do you remember
with
Eldril Sideway?
your own perks in a variety of ways. Like there's one where you stumble, but if your guy has dodge, he won't fall over.
Rumor has it that he's
None of my
mutated.
guys,
Stranger still.
none of my linemen have dodge, but my war dancers do. There's one where both of the models involved in the block can get knocked down, so the attacker and the defender both. But if you have block, then you're okay. There's that sort of stuff going on.
Incoming!
Well, it is a violent sport.
Who's this? Oh, we've got Phalag and Steve the Court Wizard in the backfield. Kheelah seems to have run out of time. All right. Oh no! He was trying to pass. Okay, I actually don't even know how to like scroll my camera right now. Am I like? I think my keyboard's stuck in the chat box. I'm really confused.
Endemic in this sport.
Isn't it written into the game rules?
Let's stand like Oswald up. Before we take any blocks, I want to position my players. Because if you block and fail, you lose the rest of your turn, basically. Then for making our blocks, we want to support with players. Ooh, this is sort of interesting. We could surf a guy, maybe. Who is this? It's a lineman, Wolfric Arneson. I highly doubt that this is a good idea, but I want to do it anyway. So we're going to try to push Wolfric out of bounds with Findle. Take a push. Yes. She doesn't have Frenzy. Oh, I'm dumb. Oops. I thought that she had Frenzy, but she definitely doesn't. Take a push here. I'm not gonna follow. This is an awkward place for my War Dancer. No, she doesn't have Frenzy. Okay, so let's put our thrower here. This is the Witch Elf, Poetin. The Witch Elf is sort of like Kheelah's War Dancer. They're the stars of the teams. Okay, that was a pretty poor turn, I would say. I've got some pressure on the ball. This guy's in a little bit of trouble, but it's really easy to get him out of it, I think. And otherwise, I accomplished absolutely nothing. And there are gargantuan holes in my line of defense, so this should just be easy to set up for a score from here, I feel like. 98% is an XCOM mean through Realitas. That's why 98%. Oof. Oh, do you have Frenzy? Oh, you have Frenzy. Oh, that sucks. Whoops. Alright, so when your player gets pushed off the pitch, the crowd spends a long time beating the shit out of them. But it looks like my War Dancer is okay. She'll be back for the next play. Yeah, it would have been nice to, you know, realize that there was a Frenzy unit here. Frenzy allows the Witch Elf to attack twice in a row, so pushed the Wood Elf and then followed to knock her out of bounds. Was that Brass? Oh no. Sorry about that, Brass. That one's largely my fault, I think. Using stab skill for Revo, maybe. Oh! Oh! Marauder's elf is also on the sideline. We have a knocked out elf here, so between plays I have to flip a coin basically, and if I win, the elf comes back. Ooh, interesting. It's a loose ball. I really can't work out how to scroll the camera at all. Oh, there. Oh. I had to press escape. What on earth does that mean? Alright. Let's do this now. I don't see any way that we're ever not doing it. Okay, we knocked one out back. Let's get Beagle Rush.
Don't worry, Jim. The crowd will teach them the rules.
Should we knock Beagle Rush out? Let's stand up Kheelah. Don't think Kheelah would block Kheelah. That wouldn't make any sense. Bring Genitalia Buttocks over to assist Revo at knocking out Beagle Rush. Oof! Crushed. I'm gonna follow to be in contact with Revo too. Although Revo has stab. I don't think we like that. Hey, thanks for the follow. Who is this? Ruben. 6F, thanks for the follow. I'm gonna take a 1-die on Enter Elysium. With a little bit of luck, we can knock this elf out of bounds. Good. And I'm gonna stay put. That's a wound. Fractured Skull loses 1 point of armor value. Sorry about that, Enter Elysium. Only a little bit sorry, though. And then we have 2 minutes left. We can decide to take, like, 1-die blocks here, or maybe... I don't know, how far can we get? No, it's not very exciting.
In the early days, the war dancers were considered more
We can, like, put an elf here. We have to dodge out of contact with Phalag. So they're attack hold zones, so you can't just run you guys everywhere. Like, if I ran here, Drio would almost certainly knock my elf out. But I can, like, run out of the tackle zones and have a pretty good chance with a high agility unit to be okay. It would be really cool to, if I put a guy here, this Findlal can no longer support in this block. So right now, there's 1 supporting unit for Kheelah and 1 for me. Elf named the Hobo is unopposed, and so is Findle. And so it ends up being a 1-die block, but if I was able to mark this guy so that he couldn't assist the block, it would be a 2-die block and would probably be worth taking. Dodge, Frenzy, jump up. I'll just take a 1-die here, I think. Push you into contact with Genitalia Buttocks and not follow. Alright, that sets a couple of problems to deal with, which is about all I can do right now. I think I don't see what I can do beyond that. I can take 1-die blocks here. Sure. 1-die is like slightly in my favor, but very, very slightly.
Today's insight comes from Jaime Schnivel, coach and owner of the Goblin Lowdown Rats team.
And that's a
Yesterday's
turn.
Fight magazine, he said that Bloodbowl was like war. No winners, just survivors.
Oh, that's deep.
This is a game that's really... This is a game that I think most people who enjoy XCOM would enjoy. Like, it's just squad tactics with units which grow and get perks and level up. Ooh. Goodbye. Who was that? Elf named the Hobo is taking a break on the sidelines too. It's been a bloody part of the pitch. I don't know how many of these bloodstains are like from this game and how many of them are just there from the start. Because like these were clearly there at the start, but I think I actually had somebody get stabbed and taken off the pitch right here. Neither of us have any reserves because these are completely new teams. So, ooh, blitzing. Yeah, that's. I don't think it's even possible for me to stop that at this point.
I really enjoy watching the Dark Elves in action.
I didn't figure you as a Dark Elf fan, Jim.
Not because of their stunning passing plays, Bob, because they are pure evil.
Oh, right, Jim, of course.
So I'll be on average, ever so slightly up on numbers at the start of the next possession, but not by a lot at all. I think the thing right now is to have pressure on the ball so that Kheelah can't just hold it here and keep beating the crap out of my team. So let's use Findle to hit Findle.
This player was really strong. Do you think they have some troll blood in them?
Could be. Or maybe his opponent shouldn't speak that way about the family.
And I mean, there's almost no chance whatsoever that this prevents the Dark Elf Inca Fearless from scoring. But it's probably worth putting someone there. Take a couple of 1-die again. And I'm not going to take a 2-die. Well, if I blocked there, it would be 2-die against me.
A recent medical report stated that cerebral hemorrhages were less frequent in
Just go here. Using shadowing?
Not really, when you consider that brains are also less frequent.
What does that even mean? Player may use this skill when an opposing player moves out of your tackle zone for any reason. The opposing player rolls 2d6, adding their own movement and subtracting the shadowing player's movement if the score is 7 or less than the player with shadowing may move into the square vacated. So that guy could have just chased me like the entire way if he rolled well enough, forcing me to try to dodge out of his tackle zone every single move, I think. After turn 8, it's halftime, and whoever has possession, like, we just reset, basically. So we don't want to be stuck on turn 8, unable to score with possession. It's just a waste. Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes. Nope, wait.
I think she's singing him a lullaby.
It's probably a touchdown? I don't know about, like, holding the ball here. That seems... Well, maybe it's good.
Did you hear about
If you
Evil
give me the
Kids?
ball, I
The team
score
that is
pretty
made
easily.
up of a mix of evil players?
Yeah, maybe
It's
it's
won the most
good.
evil supporters of the year award.
Also, I seem to not have any players. Yeah, it's probably good.
They're getting dangerously close to the end zone.
Ooh. Got a reroll? Broken neck! Oh dear. So my War Dancer has leap. And can, in theory, like, jump here and then go beat the crap out of that guy. Okay, Revo's gonna have to stand up. And I don't think that we should, like, chase this to try to actually maximize our chances of scoring, because it seems like it just puts all of my guys in terrifying danger to do so. But like, I don't know, standing these guys up seems okay to me. Let's do this and see what it does. I don't know how all the math works out exactly. I'm gonna jump to here, I think. No, that's not the button you press. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening right now. But I think I jump and then like go over here and hit him. That's my plan. I don't think so. Okay. So my rerolls are very valuable. They refresh at the end of the half, but I have another 4 turns to play with 2 rerolls. It's extremely unlikely that this like gets better. I think I'm okay with just getting down on the ground with the War Dancer so that she can't get hit back in Kheelah's turn. Sort of unfortunate that she's stunned. Because when they have the big stars above them, that means they're stunned and they won't be getting up the next turn. If they're down on the ground, face down, they're not getting up next turn. If they're face up, they can get up the next turn. So it's a slightly worse block result. There's a huge amount of die rolling and stuff going on behind the scenes, which you can sort of see down in the bottom left here. War Dancer is getting fouled, it looks like. So when you foul, if you roll doubles, your player is actually thrown out of the game. I'm not sure that fouling there is good. Kheelah's already down to 9 players. It's not like there are extra Dark Elves if one gets ejected. And it attempts a wound roll, basically. Maybe Kheelah just really doesn't like Findle. I guess that's a possibility. Blitzing for 2 die. These blitzers are a pain. Oh, that was Steve the Court Wizard. Oof, knocked out. So trying to dodge out of the tackle zone there did not work out super well for Kheelah. I have a significant numbers advantage right now, right? No, we're actually even. Well, even on the pitch, but I have 2 guys waiting to come on where he has wounded people. Stand you up. Sorry to see you go, Findle. This is another Dark Elf gone. Alright. I've been rolling considerably better than Kheelah on blocks for the entire game, I think. Maybe not on blocks, but definitely for like injury rolls. I'm doing unreasonably well, I feel like. Eagle Rush is made of sterner stuff.
Yes, he's not the sort to stay down. You remember the Bloodbowl final between the Dark Side Cowboys and the Chaos
Oh, whoops.
Stars, Bob?
I thought that it was long.
Maybe the
Okay, well I didn't use my blitz action. One guy per turn gets to blitz where they are able to move and block, and I just didn't use mine this turn at all. I could have gotten another 2-die block off against Steve the Court Wizard. Maybe I deliberately didn't want to do that. Using the stab skill? Oh, you wouldn't do that? Alright, so we've got our thrower out for the rest of the game.
Like that, I think we're talking Korea, don't you, Bob?
Snake Eyes. So Kheelah's out of rerolls for the rest of the half with 2 turns left to play still. But I have to like score somehow. We flip coins to see if our knocked out players come back for this next drive, and it's sort of a big deal. One of mine did. And one of Kheelah's did as well. Alright, so what is this going to be, like 7 on 8? 7 on 9. So we have a considerable numbers advantage here. We've got 3 turns and we need to score. Isn't the win condition actually scoring points, which requires not just having drop kicking everyone? Yeah, well, so Kheelah's trying to maximize possession so that I have as little chance as possible to score back in the half, basically. I have 3 turns now to try to score myself. Who do I trust to carry the ball? No. No, I don't. I'm gonna let Alpha name the hobo receive for me. I'm just gonna put the rest of the team on the line of scrimmage and get crunching. Maybe one more player back to cover would be a good idea. I can always just run back though. Could probably have caged. Yeah, I don't know. Like, my War Dancers have leap, so any cage near the sideline is a little bit risky, right? And then I think I was actually beating up your team pretty well as well. I'm gonna guess that you could have, but yeah. So Kheelah saying cage, like down here right by the end zone, Kheelah could have just set up tackle zones, and what on earth does this do? Kheelah gets an extra reroll, and there's like a trillion words of text to read. Okay, so we're back to playing as one reroll. Just like put the ball here, put his team around it, and prevented me from reasonably moving toward it. That seemed like a really good kick. I'm going to take a 2-die with somebody with block. Okay. Die without block is a little bit risky. Okay. Hey, thanks for the follow. Till days, I appreciate it a lot. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying the show. Alright. The Beagle Rush has been brought down. Just a, like, regular nap, though. Nothing too exciting. Brought down Stabby 149 as well. He's stunned, so he's out for a couple of turns. Inca Fearless has block. So we have to... There you go. Roll that one.
You can't say much about that.
Who's
Warm-blooded,
left?
but perfectly
Let's
legal.
put... There's a witch dancer here.
Did you know
Put a
the
block
first
on
dark
Steve
elf
the Court
king
Wizard.
using only witch elves was the deadly nightshades?
That's right, Bob. And they made an instant impact.
That's true, Jim. But
I just
sadly,
realized that
you
my
require
webcam is in like
ritual
the worst
bloodbaths
place
and
possible.
sacrifices. They are a rare sight on the pitch nowadays.
Yes, I remember
And pick up the
attending
ball.
one of those bathing sessions. He's got the ball.
And I'm just going to hold it right here, I think. No reason to move forward. Is there? I think so. So with elves, I can move the ball from one side of the field to the other in one turn. You're allowed one handoff per turn, and you can also throw in a turn. So I can like move someone to here next turn and run up, handoff, run up, short throw, run up, score on turn 8 is the idea.
Just look at the fans. They're red hot. A majority of supporters reckon that the league should take measures to prevent
There's a lot of
small
stabbing
minority of
going
peaceful
on
fans from
in this
watching the
game.
match from the terraces.
They've got a point. If they don't want to join in the fun,
Looks like
they
it's
might
my
as well
turn again.
stay home and watch it on cable vision.
Okay, so first... Oh, there is pressure from this fella, but if I move to the absolute corner, there won't be any more. And my War Dancer can score. So I have to plan for the next 2 turns and make sure that I'm scoring next turn, basically. This guy can get to here. So if I put my Jeff the Hobo, whoever the Hobo is, Elf named the Hobo. If I put Elf named the Hobo on this tile just below the referee, he cannot be touched by any of the Dark Elves. But he can move forward far enough for a handoff to somebody reasonably close next turn, I believe. This looks like a decent chance to beat up
There was a time when the colleges of magic hadn't yet ruled
whoever
on
this
limiting
lady
wizard
is.
assistance to teams.
Who could forget the infamous 2472
I'm going to take a reroll.
rampant spellcasting
Both of those
forced the
die
entire
brought
breadth
both
of
of us down,
Stadium
which would have
to
ended my
sink into
turn,
the earth.
is the problem.
Nobody could forget that. People were blinded for miles around the stadium. Ouch! Have a nice sleep.
Little baby gets his medicine and he's having a little nap.
So now I don't have a reroll for the rest of the turn. I need this to work, please. That's wonderful. Okay, everything sort of falls into place from there, I think. We take a
Good job his nose got in the way.
Yeah, otherwise he'd have
take a 2-die blitz against the assassin man. This is a guy who keeps stabbing me.
It seems this
Russ
player does all the
takes
talking
vengeance.
And they clearly
Take a
know how
2-die
to get
here. Let's move you back a little bit. I'm not sure 100% where you need to be, but like there's probably fine. Take a 2-die on the guy with block. Knock you down as well. Still getting some really nice blocking dice.
That's one red
And
clobbering.
oh, we might as well take this. Really nice blocking dice.
It seems this player does all the talking with
I'm gonna
fists.
use like Oswald to try to defend my scoring chain a little bit.
But the Dark Elves enjoy the running game, Bob.
Because,
Like
Jim,
this, I don't know. I don't know if that did anything at all,
Me
to be
too,
honest.
Bob. That's Bloodbowl.
That's the turn. Hey, Laertes, how's it going? How's it going, Tildes and Roger? Sorry, I'm a little bit like engrossed in having no idea what's going on while I'm actually playing my turn here. So every Dark Elf is on the ground except for Findle. Or the ones who are on the... well, they're on the ground on the sideline. Okay. We don't want tackle zones on the guys that we're relying on to score. Can you do that? Wow. Okay.
Down and eat the dust. It's good
That's
for you.
intense. The assassin continues to stab all of my peoples. Whoa, you can just like... whoa, okay. Man, these guys have some pretty sweet abilities.
Oh yeah, you kneecap.
I would probably be considerably more likely to win if I knew what they were.
The Bloodbowl annals are littered with stories of teams who've
I
gone
don't know
bust
why
with crippling
that
debts.
happened.
And with the cost of doping and bribery on the rise, the problem
Didn't seem
won't
like
be
it was
going
actually
away.
doing anything. So the only people in scoring range are Findle or Galadrichris. We need to get the ball to Findle. I think there's no point in taking blocks or anything. They only risk losing me the rest of the turn. I think the best way to do this is probably actually a handoff to Leg Oswald. Leg Oswald moves up and passes to Findle, who is already in the end zone. So we should do the things that don't risk wounding my guys if they fail first. We're going to run over here. Okay, there's one other option which might be better, which is a handoff to Genitalia Buttocks. No, I don't think so. So we're going to run over here. We need to roll 2+ to make these last two moves. So there's a somewhat reasonable chance we just fall over doing this. No. Make the handoff.
Yep, good pass.
Good so
Yeah, but you
far.
didn't keep the eye on the ball.
We need to move somewhere. We're receiving the pass. So we don't want to be in a tackle zone when we receive the pass. So now we're not in a tackle zone. It's just a clean roll.
Today's inside
Move
comes from
here.
Steve Schnivel, coach and owner of the Goblin Lowdown
I'm not actually
Bats.
sure exactly how
Yesterday's Spike
intercepting
magazine, he
works.
said that
I think if we throw from
Bloodbowl
here,
was
there shouldn't
like
be a chance of
war.
interception.
No winners, just survivors.
And Leg Oswald to Findle. It's a 4+ to launch the pass at that range. I do have a reroll. I got a 2 and require a 3. Perfect launch. And got! Woo! So we're even at the half. Like a combo of Warhammer, tabletop gameplay, and American football. Yeah, it's like...
Yes, Jim, but there are some who
I don't think it's actually that much to do with Warhammer gameplay. It's a lot more like XCOM gameplay than Warhammer, in my opinion. Whoever that is still having a sleep, and Kheelah's player is still having a sleep too. So it's still 9-on-7, and I'm receiving the ball here.
Those fans have used the halftime pause to tank up on troll juice to rebuild their arsenal of rocks.
Ah, good. So now the match can restart.
Wait, can I like not? I don't want to be looking that way. Whoa! So it's middle mouse button that lets me rotate. I'm not sure why that wasn't obvious to me. Who wouldn't expect middle mouse button to be the one that you press to do that? Hey, we're up in the chandeliers. That actually gives me a headache. Organize my players before receiving the kickoff. So we're receiving again. Kheelah looks to be positioned pretty aggressively here. We're in a position where we shouldn't lose this very often. Like, we're 9 versus 7 on the field, and we could just hold the ball and then, like, score at the end of the half and win.
Did you know that the Pinkfoot Panthers went missing a few decades ago?
I'm gonna
I heard
move
about that, Bob. What exactly
here.
happened?
Well, I visited Darkside Cowboys for a friendly match and never returned.
Of course, Bob.
Okay. Our rerolls refill. So we're both having 2 for this one.
And we're off.
Whoa, he's like kicking from the line of scrimmage? It's an onside kick. Oh god. Alright. So we need to control that ball. Let's bring Alpha Name the Hobo forward is the absolute first thing. Because you're just not doing anything right there. Why was he even back there? That was just not the place that he's meant to go. Okay, I'm gonna let Bress knock out Beagle Rush to start things off, I think.
Some wood elves have recently put in an official request that the long pass be declared
Stunned,
an art form.
good.
Well, it's an art form they definitely master.
Stabby's down as well. And stunned as well.
Reminds me of when I took Griff to bits in the 91 final against Reichland.
Oh yeah, you kneecapped him.
I want the splits. Whoa. Oh, I think I did this in the wrong order. Yeah, did this in the wrong order. If we go here, maybe it's alright. We seem to be pushing Kheelah's players toward the ball. Maybe that's not the best, but I wanted another block on it. Interesting. She has jump up and stuff. I don't think I spend a reroll on this. Dead? Dead? I just killed her. Oh my god. I don't think this is a team that Kheelah would continue playing through to the next like game. I think this is a retire after game 1 sort of team.
Figure you as a dark elf fan, Jim.
Not because of their stunning passing plays, Bob, because they are pure
Dead.
evil.
Of course.
Okay, the ball is loose. Oh my. Yeah, Kheelah, this is not a team that that seems to have been blessed with good injury rolls. So this is a problem with agility-based teams. They can get knocked down quite often, and they take wounds when they get knocked down. teams with higher strength and higher armor values are a lot more resilient, which can mean that they're sort of longer lived as teams.
Another one who actually plays the ball.
Oops. Okay. Protecting the ball here seems like the really, really important thing. Assassin could actually score if Kheelah got the ball. So... Did you reroll there? Oh, that was a reroll as well. Wow. Yeah, we want some protection on this ball.
Teams who've gone bust with crippling debts.
And with the cost of doping and bribery on the rise, the problem won't be going away.
How much protection? Probably more than that. I don't pick it up. I'm gonna take this block. This block looks pretty free. Okay, let's pick it up first, and then we'll work out where we're going from there.
And that's how you make a successful pass.
We could score.
Yes, they're gonna score. Hold me back, Jim. I feel like going down there and joining in.
Let's blitz here. I'm actually going to take a reroll. It's sort of a casual reroll to take. But I wanted to be able to reposition this elf.
Why is it that the Dark Elves enjoy the running game, Bob?
Because, Jim, they like it.
Here should break up. So I just want to place my tackle zone somewhere where it's really hard for Kheelah to move players toward that ball. Take a 1-die here against someone with block. Probably not. All right. And I don't want to score here because we're both agility-based teams, which means that even if I have a large numbers advantage on the field, if Kheelah has the ball, it's very possible for Kheelah to score. Kheelah is stabbing Kheelah and failing. When you're holding the ball, you're sort of down a player. And if I protect my ball carrier, all of a sudden I'm down even more players. That's probably it. Yeah, that's probably it though. I just need to control these guys who can threaten my ball carrier. And with one of them taking himself out of the equation, that shouldn't be too hard.
There was a time when the colleges of magic hadn't yet ruled on limiting
I can actually, this both down die, we've rolled it a few times. It doesn't actually take you down if you have block, so this is the first time in the game where I've been able to actually select it.
Nobody could forget that. People were blinded for miles around the stadium.
Gosh, is stunned again. I'm just gonna... Well, I don't know. Do I like... This seems really greedy. This seems really greedy. I'm just gonna be greedy. Didn't even work. Put Findle right here. Nobody on Kheelah's team can touch her. Another failed stab. The stab has to roll an 8+ to break armor. I think the stabs have probably actually been pretty good overall.
What we'd like to
Oof.
see more often. The referee
And a
has
failed block.
decided to hire a bodyguard for
Okay.
each game.
Another brilliant idea.
Well, I've definitely not played this perfectly, but
True. Could be
the
a bit
dice have
one-sided.
also certainly been on my side. For one die here.
Incoming!
Well, it is a violent sport. This player has opened the slapping box and gives rather generously.
The tackle zone on Beagle. I'm enjoying the game too, Kheelah. I should probably have read what the Witch Elves did before playing, because I got very surprised several times. What does this do? Dodge. Okay, we know what dodge is. Frenzy lets you attack twice, sure. Jump up. Player with this skill is able to jump back. Okay. Are we done?
That's right, Bob, and they made an instant impact.
Looks like the Dark Elves aren't even standing up again.
Bloodbaths and sacrifices. They are a rare sight on the pitch nowadays.
Yes,
Or was there like a
I
failed
remember
block or
attending
something
one of those
that I
bathing
missed? I don't know, I
sessions.
wasn't paying attention. Should we curb stomp Beagle Rush? Alright, Kheelah's gonna curb stomp. No. No, apparently I had to blitz to do that. We'll save it for next turn. We'll save it for next turn. Let's find out what jump up does. Player declares any action. Can stand up for free, but not to block. Oh, so you can block from being on the ground, but you need an agility roll, and otherwise you can just stand up and take any action, but with -3 movement. Okay. I was thinking that the Witch Elf could, like, just stand up and slap me. Revo's been, failing a lot of stabs lately. Appreciate that,
Upside
Reva.
down, that's one way to look at things.
We are threatening the ball.
You remember the Blood Bowl final between the Dark Side Cowboys and the Chaos All-Stars, Bob?
Oh, who doesn't, Jim?
Maybe the Chaos players that got turned into slugs by illegal magic.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like I can still defend the ball here. I feel like 3 turns to score, even 2 turns to score is pretty doable for the Dark Elves. So I don't really want to allow that. If I lose the ball, I might just lose the game though, because there are Dark Elves in scoring position. You can't actually get to the ball. So if we put Findle here... And then I just need to control these two. This seems questionable for what it's worth. It's going to require some very lucky die rolling from Kheelah to pull anything off here, but it seems a little bit questionable that I'm not just scoring. The thing is, if I give the ball back, I don't trust myself to be able to defend. Let's put a tackle zone on Stabby. Something to think about. Okay, so Kheelah could... Kheelah could move Steve the Court Wizard here, removing the block assist from Breslin, and then use Blitz on Inca Fearless to take out Elfname the Hobo on a 1-die, knock him out of the way, and follow, move out of Breslin's tackle zone, which is a pretty easy roll, and then put a tackle zone on Findle. But it's just a tackle zone on Findle, it's not like actually a block on Findle, so Findle can still score the next turn probably. Ooh. Or could try that. I don't know if that was better. It might have been better. Or those rolls.
Did you know that the Pinkfoot Panthers went missing a few decades
That was probably way better. It was actually only a 3+.
Well,
Yeah.
visited Dark
Huh.
Side Cowboys
Okay.
for a friendly match
Today I learned.
and never returned.
Of course, Bob.
I think I can just cage, actually, and be fine here. So when I say cage, I mean just surround the ball carrier in tackle zones. Yes, I am box stratting this. So it's just extremely, extremely difficult for anyone to block that ball carrier right now.
Doping is really endemic in this sport.
Isn't it written into the game rules?
All right. Sounds like the challenge has been placed, Kheelah. You have to break this cage using Beagle Rush. It's possible for Kheelah to win here, I think. If Beagle Rush can get through this cage, rolling some like natural 6s, knock down Findle, the ball then scatters out of bounds. If it scatters out of bounds, the crowd throws it back in a somewhat random location, so it could get like picked up by Stabby. Stabby could run up, throw the ball to Findle, and Findle could actually score on this turn. It's possible. It's possible, but it's not super likely. Let's go, Beagle. Alright.
Do you remember Eldril Sidewinder?
Oh, of course. He's the only elf freelance who offers his service to every elven race. Oh, he's a strange one.
Rumor has it that he's mutated.
Stranger still?
No. No such luck. Steve's suboptimal squad suffered a turnover. We score.
They think it's all over. It's a touchdown. One small step for the scorer, but one huge leap for the team.
You keep saying that, but I have no idea what you're referring to.
I like that there's an instant replay for that, just in case you missed it. Who is that guy? He's just been napping for the entire game. So I think we're 9 on 8 for the final drive, but it's just a one-turn attempt to score from Kheelah, which is going to be difficult to say the least. In order to one-turn, like, none of his players actually have enough movement to do it. So what you have to do is you have to get lucky on the kickoff roll with like a random event, which adds more time to the game. I'm just going to put my players here so they can't get beaten up. Or you can like put together a really complex sequence of blocks where like your ball carrier is put here and you actually like move my players behind him and then block them into the ball carrier and chain push forward and stuff. And it's all like rocket science or something. But I don't think it's very doable right now. So we just need a good kickoff roll, I think.
The other day, someone told me that the equivalent of 60 Blood Bowl pitchers are cut down in the Elven Forest every minute.
Totally crazy. The environmental impact of the sport is obviously an issue these days.
That's it. The ball's in play. There's gonna be trouble.
Cheering fans. We both get extra rerolls. Okay. Oh, I could have bought a fame point with my 10,000 gold at the end and had a higher chance to get an extra reroll. That's what I was meant to do with that 10,000 gold. So if you guys have been enjoying this Blood Bowl and want to see someone who's actually good at Blood Bowl and pretty fun to watch, I recommend checking out the Sage. He streams fairly regularly on Twitch and has games on YouTube as well. And he's like a very smart guy who has won like multiple of the like world level Blood Bowl tournaments and is really, really good at the game.
They've been training well.
Oh! Kheelah put a single point of experience on Steve the Court Wizard there by completing a pass with him. Link in the chat.
You're assuming then that he had something between his ears to begin with.
This guy. Check him out sometime if you want to see more Blood Bowl. Alright, so we win. We can re-roll our winnings. We are rolling a d6 and we want a high number. I rolled double ones, so I have 2,000 gold, 20,000 gold to spend on like building up on this team. Our fan factor is increased by 1. That happens and matters on like kickoff rolls or something. MVP for the match was Leg Oswald. We got 2 touchdowns on Findle. Wow. Okay. And we have some level ups here. We have 1 level up. We have 2 level ups. So I'll show you what level ups look like, because this game has like an actual deep team building and progression layer to it. So our roster is 16 slots and we only have 11. We can fill those in and have subs for when people get wounded and stuff. There are also like other sorts of units we can get. We didn't use a catcher. Catchers are weaker, so they're easier to knock down, but they're a little bit faster. And start with catch and dodge, which helps. And there's actually a tree man for the War Elves as well, who is a huge, very slow, very strong unit who you can use to like hold the center of the pitch. But he costs a lot of gold. Good game, Kheelah. Thanks for the game. That was a lot of fun. Sorry about killing half of your team. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so when you level up, you roll 2 die. On a 10, 11, 12, or on doubles, you get sort of special stuff. On a 7, we just get the normal things. For this player, we can get general or agility skills. And I think usually you just go... Actually, I don't know what War Dancers go. Usually you go like block and dodge early, but we already have block and dodge in a War Dancer. War Dancers are some of the best level 1 pieces in the game. I think Frenzy to knock stuff out of bounds is probably okay here. I don't know about Strip Ball. Anyway, we can work that out some other time if we play another game with this team. And then my lineman similarly levels up, rolls a 5, and we just get block on him probably. So those blitzers that Kheelah had were just regular pieces with block basically, and now one of my linemen is that. But as I level up, my team value increases. So if I play against Kheelah again, my team value will be slightly higher than it was, or actually slightly lower because one of my guys got knocked out for the next game. And the game assigns petty cash, which you can use to buy like wizards or apothecaries or extra rerolls or mercenaries, and star players can get hired in order to balance out the team values and give you a fairly even game, even if your teams are on different levels of progression. So that was Blood Bowl. I'm actually going to turn the stream off for about like 20-30 minutes maybe. I've got some stuff I need to do, and then I'll be back with the regular XCOM stream. Sorry about the little gap, but I have a little bit of stuff around the house that I want to get done. I'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll have this up on YouTube, and I'll link to it on Patreon and do a little write-up of it probably as well. All right, Norse versus Amazons next time. That sounds like it could be fun. I'll be right back, guys. I won't be gone too long. Sorry about the little break today.